Does Coca-Cola have a song? Like their commercials? No, that's
Coca-Cola.
What did Tyrese sing?
Y'all just always associate Coca-Cola with McDonald's?
Essentially.
That's what you did.
Niggas
earlier.
love it. Good thing we're 54 seconds in. Rob would have looked at me crazy.
I can always cut that out, you know.
All right. Everything we tell you to cut out, you don't.
I know.
So, did black people make McDonald's cool?
There's been so many skits about this that we don't have to get into it.
I don't think so. I don't think
Whack Arnold's?
No. Poverty made McDonald's cool. Poverty made McDonald's cool. Do you want to get into it? All right.
When's the last time you had Burger King?
Years.
Like, I just felt like they just fell off.
Like a month ago.
I was just seeing like Burger King commercials all the time, and now it's just kind of like, you don't really eat Burger King like that anymore.
They're waiting for a black person to capitalize off of.
Yeah. I used to get, I don't remember what it's called.
The Whopper?
No, it was
Bro, why
like
you
barbecue.
say like the most common thing on the menu? Everybody's had a Whopper.
Yeah. No, it was like it's like barbecue sauce with like an onion ring on it and
The barbecue
some
burger?
onion. No, it's,
The Western?
yeah, Western, yeah.
They used to sell those at high school. Yo, you want Western or you want the Carl's Jr. chicken sandwich? I
Have
used
you
to
known?
always get the
Dog,
Western.
what high school did you go to that gave you out
they
Burger
used to,
King?
They used to sell it out of their bags.
Al, I'm not about to play this game with you at this time of night.
Basically, he's
I
trying to
kid
say
you not.
he was
I'm not
Cheeseburger
making this
Eddie
up.
in school.
Yo, what you hungry for today?
I kid you not.
I didn't get time to go stop by and get the McNuggets, but today I got the
kid you
chicken
not.
fries and I got
There were
Whoppers.
people.
The sauce gonna cost you 30 cents. I know it's 25 cents at the place, but it's 30 cents here
Yeah,
because I had to go get it.
Yeah.
Bro, I kid. There were people with chicken sandwiches from Carl's.
Bro, we believe you.
We're not like saying they didn't. We know they did.
Yeah.
That's not like shocking.
Oh,
I always bought the
Did
Western
you not?
burger though.
Did you not like sell candy when you were a kid?
I sold candy out of my bag for a little bit.
All right then.
see, you know. All right, let me do this intro.
Yeah.
Let's get into this.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Welcome to another episode of the Opinion League, where we talk about movies, TV shows, anime, manga, and trending pop culture topics. I am one of your hosts, Robb, a.k.a. The Blacksmith, and then we got...
You know what it is? Tay, graduate of Xavier's Higher Learning Institution. Logan's drinking buddy.
Yep.
The Bear's Oral Swords. First guard for Khaleesi, first of the first. Miles Morales stylist. Venom's best friend still.
Okay.
Storm's lightning bolt. Piccolo's second born because Gohan's the first.
Always.
Always. And the Flame of Charizard. And I am a part of the real X-Men. But we'll get into that later.
Talk about
Get
this
into
family
that
stuff
later.
later.
Let me go ahead and pass it to Hype Man over there.
Yeah.
Sure boy. Al BZ, aka Mr. 10 out of 10. Because if it's good, it's about to get that 10 out of 10. Boop.
Should
My
never
man's
gave him
been,
alcohol.
Yeah, he's been practicing.
Gets better every time.
Dude, man.
I don't know about that,
Gets
but
better with
Gets-
age.
you ain't wine nor liquor inside a barrel.
I'm just beer.
Man, okay.
Warm beer.
You know what time it is.
All right.
Let's get into it.
It's time for
Elmer's question. Bro, Okay.
We're gonna stop drinking on this podcast because these last couple times you've been.
Okay.
I don't think it's the alcohol. It's just him.
So, because of Eternals, I have another question that's gonna be pretty good. Would you rather know how you die or when you die?
That's actually a decent question.
It is.
They getting better, y'all. Look at me.
He's been going on the internet.
Well, either way, they're better.
What are great questions to ask at the beginning of a podcast?
Shout out to Google.
I knew it. I knew it.
GTS.
Oh man.
You go first, Rob.
When? I'd like to know when. Knowing how, I think would be a little more stressful.
Like, what if it's something so whack?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It could be whack. It
Like
could
you
be
get choked out with a spoon, and not even like a metal spoon, like a plastic one. A spork.
What?
You get stabbed with a spork.
Are you in jail?
I hope not.
Like you trying to figure out like how do I go out, and then everybody's getting these like crazy deaths, and then it comes up to you, and they like, yeah. So let me see, Robb Smith. Spork.
A modified sport. Oh.
They even show you the video too.
That reminded me of One Piece.
Oh man.
Where Zoro's best friend when he's younger, like she just falls down the stairs and dies.
Dang, I ain't got to that part of One Piece yet.
My dude, you're at Marine Ford. Like, what are we talking about? It's in the first like 10 episodes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. That's not a spoiler for anybody, so I don't.
No, if I knew the day, the time, then I can plan on what I want to do, like for the rest of my life, like get some things done, bucket list, you know. But like knowing how, I just keep that a surprise. If it's a spork, it's a spork, bro.
What if you only got an hour though?
I'm gonna do as much as I can.
You about to have an hour.
You ain't gonna get an hour.
Rob, you got an hour. Oh.
The podcast stopped abruptly.
Rob just left.
There's a couple more black flashes I need to do.
Yeah.
Oh. In an hour?
Yeah.
Gonna be in the thousands.
Yeah. Nah.
Be a final flash. I didn't know Vegeta was in here.
As soon as it gets to like 59 minutes, he's just like in the middle of one. He's like,
I was like,
I've been waiting for this one.
Every time, just stop.
Yeah. He's like, oh man, what happened? And I'm just on the floor dead.
It'll be like Stagecoach Mary. She choked her out. Let her go. Your time will come, but not now.
No, not now. Mm-hmm.
All right, Tay.
I think I'm gonna go with when too, because I'm too calculated. Like if I know how I die, I'm gonna want to know who's around me.
Right.
They'll make me like question friends and stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm. Like,
I watch too much, like The Wire too much.
What if it's in like an alley and the only person that's like watching you is just like a rat? It's like nobody else is like around. Like
Somebody else is there because they killed me.
right.
Not
No,
just-
he means outside of the person. No.
like outside of that person, like you have no other audience.
Some rats.
Some rats go like, dang.
It always comes back. to
The
them.
rats was like, oh.
Ooh, somebody should get help. Get help. Now we're gonna get help, bro. Humans kill us.
Nah. What if the rat is an anamorph?
Ooh.
Oh,
Then you probably still do the same thing.
Speaking some Gotham City stuff.
Yep.
The look on Al's face was just like, maybe I can't kill them in the alley. She had a good point.
Yep.
We're watching you.
Oh, man.
Asking weird questions like that.
Because I'm the slow one, so I had to figure it out.
You're the least calculated out of us two.
Yeah.
Please remember
What's
that.
your answer? You didn't even pick anything.
He wants to know how.
Yeah, based off your ad libs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I want to know how.
But why?
Because it's just get it out the way. It's like, all right, how I go out? So I'd be like, all right.
You don't be paranoid every time.
Right.
Al died by slipping down the stairs. Now every single stair.
Because he can't bend his knees.
Yep. He's walking straight laying down the stair. He tried to hold the rail, but the rail was wet from the rain. He hit every step because his legs.
He basically cartwheeled down the stairs because he can't bend
No
his knees.
audience.
No, he just slid down and hit his head on every
You
step.
know what'd be worse? You know what'd be worse? Is I look at how and they show me the video of it and like people are laughing. They're like, oh,
Oh,
dude. And I go viral. And then they're like,
Oh, he's
wait,
dead.
he's not waking up.
All you
It was
hear
still funny though.
is somebody's inside. All you hear is
Hello?
It's like different video perspectives of how it goes down. Everybody's laughing at first. They're like, yo, somebody just
all you hear is
Yeah, then it just like
help.
fades away.
yeah, it was the last. It was the
help.
second to last step that did it.
If he didn't hit that last step, oh man, he still might.
But he
be
couldn't. He couldn't bend his
knees. If he
And
could
then-
bend his knees, he
and
could have.
then the commentator they have talking about it is like Shaquisha going like, yeah, I saw him when he walked into the building. You know, he didn't really bend his knees or anything. And I was like, he better not hit them stairs. And what he do? What he do?
He fell down them stairs.
He fell down them stairs.
Now look at him.
I told him to bend his knees.
I told him. I saw when he walked through.
Can you imagine? He was walking and there was a puddle and he face planted.
He drowned in a little puddle.
I was gonna tell him to watch his step, but that nigga dissed me last week, so
He had it coming.
he had an attitude. He was going. He had one of them mood swings.
I get somebody like for the holding hands like, yeah, so like anyways, I saw him. He looked kind of nerdy though with his like pants all like kind of creased. And then like I was like, yo, you better not hit this puddle, cause next no you hit the puddle and old dude hit the ground. You know, I ain't no snitch, so I never really called nobody. I ain't calling the ops, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't know he even broke his nose, to be honest with you. And then he was just dead. It's crazy, yo. Crazy. Hey, yo, listen to my mixtape.
Dropped last week. SoundCloud.
Hey, I even got a song coming out for the little homies. You know what I mean? We even got the t-shirts in the back if you want to come see us.
Man.
Call it Straight Leg Master, you feel me? Holla at me.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine them doing a fashion report?
No. I can't.
Here comes Al again. We were wondering why he continuously cuffed his pants until he stepped in that puddle because he couldn't jump over it because he can't bend his knees.
He can't bend his knees.
Oh, man.
Your jumps are cartwheels.
Oh, man.
When he jumped, he looked like a dolphin. Flipper! Hey, yo, here come Flipper coming down that runway again.
Hey, yo, he ain't gonna jump. No, bet.
Can you imagine, like, Al being on stage
No.
and somebody below, like, talking shit, but he can't jump off?
They're like,
What if we get like a rap artist who's like, yo, I want to bring the Straight Leg Master onto the stage real quick. And I can't bend my knees. So
just walking around like this. Hey, it's your boy, Mr. 10 out of 10. What's up? Everybody clap your hands. Just little wood pieces hitting each other.
Clap your hands and click your heels.
Click your heels. You can't click your heels, bro. Oh, man, you going to start a fire trying to click your heels together.
Man. That was a good laugh.
That was a good question.
That was a good question.
I felt like I'll practice that a little bit.
No, that's funny.
When he busted into Shaquisha.
I saw him.
No, that's natural.
I saw him.
Can you imagine a grandpa?
No.
I told Al, I tried to tell him when he was younger, you got to bend your knees, young buck.
Young blood, bend your knees.
I thought he was a little weird one because, he never bent his knees.
He was like in the anime and them cartoons, but, I let it go.
Boy, always made me hurt my back because I had to stand straight up when I had to whoop that tail.
He's like, you know how babies learn how to walk and they just, they do a little walk. He just always wobbled. Yeah, really got why he kept doing that. So we just call him straight leg Al.
They called you Happy Feet.
He ain't had no feet.
One wedding one time, he was dancing. I don't know what he was doing.
He just spinning around like a tornado.
Boy looked like a lollipop. Big old head, skinny legs, and just walking around. He's a human lollipop.
You remember when Jamie Foxx did I Might Need Security? And he was talking about how Whitney, her wig was too heavy, so she would topple forward, then lean back. And then lean. That's how I would be.
Dang, that was you as a little kid.
That wind blew too hard and he toppled over. I told him he needed to wear a jacket because he's too light.
Hey, man. I told him it's going to be all right, little Bill. It's going to be good.
And
all right,
let's talk about what we're supposed to talk about. We just did a whole set.
Yeah, a whole set.
Oh, man. All right, Eternals. If you haven't seen it, this is about to be a spoiler. So
the title should be a spoiler.
It's literally
it ain't eternal.
Eternal spoilers.
They all died.
But, no, they didn't. No, this movie it's called The Eternals, another Marvel movie. But it's about a race of immortal superhumans that have powers and have lived on the earth for thousands and thousands of years.
7,000.
I said thousands and thousands.
I'm just messing with
you for the specifics. God
lived there enough to have a lot of things.
Anyways, they reunite at some point to battle and defeat the deviants. Originally, that's why they were there in the first place. But they show up again, and there's just super deviant that just sucks the powers out of the Eternals. But other than that, we are going to dive deeper into this movie. So, who should we start with? You already got it, Al. Both looked at you.
Word.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
How'd you feel about the movie?
So, how I felt about the movie, man, I'm going to give it.
You was the first one to see it out of all of us, by the way. So
I saw it Thursday night.
We had to see this separately, you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saw it Thursday night. Saw people get into an altercation about seats. It's pretty funny. It wasn't me, just to let y'all know.
Yeah.
I was in the right seat. But some people weren't, and it was kind of funny. I'm going to give it a...
Tell us what you think first.
Yeah, before you give us the rating.
Oh, yeah, I'll get the rating.
Because mine changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought that the build up to everything was solid. I thought the build up was solid because they're giving you a good backstory, romance, all that stuff. I like that. That was good. But I felt like when it got to the ending, they didn't really give you enough. They left you with a lot of questions. Like, wait, hold on. Like, how's that gonna happen? How's that gonna happen?
Like the final act or the ending?
The final act.
Oh, okay.
The final act just gave me a lot of A lot of questions to be asked. A lot of like, okay, I just feel this is rushed here. Like they had one. You're bringing in two villains, right? Icarus and the Super Deviant, right? They're like the two villains of the movie. But when the Super
and the Celestial a little bit.
Yeah, and you got the Celestial. So it's like technically three. But the Super Deviant, when they're fighting Icarus, the Super Deviant just, he pops up. Obviously, that's like the main.
Right.
They're all trying to destroy this guy, but then they're like, oh, the Celestial is about to pop up. So forget that dude, right? They just kind of just go like, he could just, we're all going to like die from this whole Celestial thing.
Yeah.
I just didn't like how he just kind of entered the battle. And then they were just like, oh, yeah, that guy. Like, he kind of like showed up and then he like hit Icarus and they were like, oh, snaps. Get him.
Yeah.
Somebody take care of that real quick while we take care of Icarus. And it just felt like it was rushed and they were trying to throw everybody in this one fight scene that just wasn't really working out. And I felt like they did a couple of cop-out moves too, as far as like how the ending went, where everybody just gives up and let Cersei just kind of do what she needs to do. I felt like Icarus kind of just gave up. He didn't really like. I know he felt the love and everything, and he didn't want to.
What do you mean where he gave up, Icarus?
So you know how she gets the power from the Celestial at the end. You
mean from Major? Oh, yeah.
I don't think he gave up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like so when that happened, he just stops in mid track and he gets levitated.
But his eyes flash gold.
Oh, so basically he had no control over that. Is what we're saying. Like he had no control over the fact that they're rising. But when she does do it, remember when he infiltrates, when they're trying to do it to Drug, when they're trying to give the power to him, and he infiltrates that one. But now when Cersei does it, all of a sudden they all just stop.
Well, I think that was because he accepted what was happening, or he gave in, or felt bad.
Right.
So now that they were all on the same page and like unified to some extent, like she could use everyone else's powers to stop the
all because of a sex scene.
No.
Then he's all like, you know what? I can't kill you.
No.
It was way too good for me to just.
I think at that part specifically, like how he felt bad. He probably didn't realize that they could stop the Celestial. Like, so I think in that moment when he saw what she was doing and he's like, oh, we can do this, and stopped him, and then he felt bad because he killed Ajax, and I mean that's my guess, but I see what you're saying.
Sometimes sex is so good. You think about it 2,000 years later.
It wasn't that good.
No.
I'm going like, you seen anybody else?
If that was Marvel's like way to say that we can be racy and edgy, like please use a better way.
Yeah. Definitely gonna get into that right there. Thought the sex scene kind of threw everybody off.
Especially the kids.
So my movie theater, when it happened,
oh no.
Everybody was just all like, whoa.
What is this?
Is this
Marvel?
Watching here? Is this Marvel? Are we okay here? Are we in the right movie theater? The build up to it was super corny. I wanted to learn the language of your people so I could get them draws. Dog, get the draws. So, shout out to my man getting the Cersei draws. You know what I mean? Do what he had to do. He had to figure out the language, had to, kind of play the field. And then he did.
My G. No, that's not how the movie went.
No, that's not how the movie went. But
this is Al's interpretation, and it's wrong. Yeah, we'll let him keep going.
he didn't just dip, y'all. That would be funny though.
The movie would be over. At that point.
He was just like, yeah, this was cool, this whole mountain thing, but I think I'm
Did you say mountain?
the
No, the
mountain.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, my G.
No, this show's for kids, man. You need to relax.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. So also, I want to point out that I think Angelina Jolie was a side piece.
She definitely wasn't a side
we
piece.
don't agree.
No, all right. So
opinions.
You guys will see this scene if you haven't already. Icarus and Angelina Jolie get into a fight with each other, obviously, and there's this one moment where like he has her pinned up on the wall, and she looks at him, and he smiles, and she smiles
because she says she always wanted to fight. Wait, what? I think she said something about.
She said, "I always want to fight
him.
you."
Yeah, but oh no,
did you not remember the first in the beginning of the movie?
Felt
right,
kind of edgy. So like there's a little bit more to that.
So in the beginning of the movie, before they kind of show that Cersei and Icarus are love interests, you didn't see the way that there's a scene where Icarus and Athena walk past each other, and you kind of like, oh, like that might be something. And she kind of looked at him like, you can't handle this, and he went on about his business.
Ooh, all right.
That's kind of like what I got.
There was no like connection in the sense of like love or attraction. Like they just knew who they were, like, because he was considered the strongest in the group, and she was like the
goddess of war.
Right. So there was no, if at anything, what's his name? I know I'm gonna probably get his name wrong. Gilgamesh.
Yeah,
there was probably way more love interest in that situation more than anything.
In love.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Shout out to Brian Henry, did his thing as far as like Fastos. Shout out to him.
I got some questions off the pod.
Okay.
About him.
Okay.
Very curious.
How'd you throw that in like that? Now I want to know.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, shout out.
I'm trying to offend people,
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Why didn't you say that before so we could talk about it?
No.
So shout out to Brian Henry. Did a great job.
He
player.
did. No, he did great.
He did a great job. I would like to see him in the next Shang-Chi. Only because of how kind of
I see where you're going.
Yeah, that nod at some of the 10 Rings things that he was doing.
Oh, you think he made the rings?
Yeah, I think that
very nice theory.
Yeah, I think he kind of had something to do with the rings, because remember they said the material wasn't of anything that they knew.
It was from out. Oh, good.
Yeah, and it has a beacon. It has a beacon. So I feel like, and that he creates things,
right,
so that they could be used.
And the things he created at the end were circular.
Yep. And then it has a beacon, so it knows who it is it originally belongs to.
You know what, though? I feel like there's more Gilgamesh traits, or like from how the 10 Rings are used. But maybe there's some side story of how
even
they work together, yeah.
And look at how he was able to get Icarus to stay on the ground, and he's locking him in with that ring action.
Right.
So he could potentially show Shang-Chi how to actually use them, because remember, he creates what his like weapons. So
basically all the stuff that where they were, building their civilizations and stuff,
right,
came from him.
I feel like it
started from him.
Yeah, and the 10 Rings was something that he created. So eventually, somebody will come upon them,
right,
use them, but all depends on. I think he came with the realization. It all depends on how they use the stuff that he provides.
Right.
So at this point, I think this movie is before Shang-Chi, and I think that the 10 Rings doing what they're doing now.
Wait, when did?
That's
as far
5
as
years. It was 5 years in Shang-Chi.
Before or after?
After. This was 5 years after Thanos too.
So would this be at the same time?
Yes.
I think all these,
because they made it not in the beginning.
A lot of these events, like the last, like from I think WandaVision till now, minus Black Widow was before, yeah. So WandaVision till now, I think everything's been happening simultaneously at the same time.
Because at the beginning of Eternals, they made the nod talking about if you need help, like basically after the snap, like we can help you get back to normal. So,
also, Ajax, that was a conversation that Ajax and Icarus had. She said, for the last 5 years, I've watched how humans have been able, how they reversed the snap and how they've been able to rebuild. And they're more resilient they've been more resilient than any civilization that we've seen.
Okay. Yep. And they delayed a whole, celestial thing. The time that she had for them, they delayed it. So I thought that he was not just brung in here for just one movie. I think he will definitely be in for obviously the second Eternals, but I think he's definitely gonna get another shot at the Shang-Chi movie. Yeah, I think he'll probably give Shang-Chi a couple of lessons on how to use them, and definitely do his thing because he loves his technology. And with that, my crowd went wild for Harry Styles. Would say that.
Mine didn't.
I was like, all right, word. But they went wild for Harry Styles, but not many people knew like what his character was. They were just like, oh, it's Harry Styles. Yeah. They were just like, oh, it's Harry Styles. I don't know what he does, but it's Harry Styles.
Yeah.
So shout out to him, getting a role in a Marvel movie. I mean, going from
props,
music artist to getting a Marvel movie, that's pretty good. But also want to.
Is this his first acting role?
No.
Okay.
No. I haven't seen his recent movies though, so.
No, he's been in. I know there was one notable movie that he was in. You checking?
Oh,
Dunkirk. Yep.
Okay.
So I also have a question dealing with Sprite. So now that she is a human, the powers that she did have, does that mean that Cersei also has those powers? Or does that mean that they're just gone? Like they just wither, Like nobody else will be able to do these powers anymore.
I think she still has.
I think she still has them because Cersei never said that you're losing your powers. You're just losing your immortality.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She never had from what I seen in the movie, she never had super strength or anything. It was just her power of illusions.
Yeah. That took me a minute too. Like a side note, just like their immortality. It's like when you think that sometimes it's like, oh, you just can't die. Right.
Right.
But technically, they can't. They live forever, but they can die.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like
she got the bad end of the stick. She has to be a kid the whole entire time.
Right.
So
but it's just sometimes weird seeing that and hearing it because you're like, oh man, if you're immortal, the idea is like no matter what happens to you, you live forever. Which technically, in their case, if they do die, they still got their memory stored and they just get made again.
I don't want to be immortal like them.
Right. That's the point I'm getting at. I'm like,
yeah. So I wish they answered the question when she asked. She was all like, why did he make me a kid? And nobody really had an answer for her. They were just all like, it is what it is.
Yeah. Like, sorry.
I'm sorry.
You can ask him to make you.
Do you want to talk to him personally? Or
I don't know. I kind of didn't think of it that way because I felt like he created them to be durable as a team.
Right.
As all their powers working together. So I don't think it was just like, let me make Sprite this kid. Right. So she can live in civilization and not like herself.
Yeah.
Right.
And what probably it is too is that when they go to other planets, she's not a kid.
No, it seemed like she was everywhere she went.
Yeah.
Well.
Sorry.
That sucks. Ooh.
That's why she was so mad.
That's why she was angry the whole movie.
Right.
And then she was like, I'm rolling with Icarus. Y'all whack.
I don't know if it was that. She was in love with him.
Yeah, she was definitely in love with him. That was a lot of love interest was in this movie. It was interesting.
I mean, when you're immortal, it's hard not to fall in love.
Right. That is true. That is true. I would definitely say I did not see that one coming though. With the Sprite being in love with Icarus, I didn't see that one coming.
It made sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
Yeah, it made sense when it happened, but now I like the build up to it. I didn't see it at all.
When he said it, I was like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, same.
Like,
I was like, "What?"
In a very manipulative way.
What do you mean? Like when he said it, or
When Kingo did it,
Oh yeah,
he like brought it to the forefront while you're on camera recording. Like my G, like it. You know what it reminded me of? Like reality TV.
Well, that
he basically made reality.
Yeah, I'm not your entertainment. Like,
which now makes sense. Yeah,
maybe that's what they were trying to get.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I would like to say on a couple of credit scenes, I like how they were showing how the Eternals basically was how they were a part of stuff. And one of my favorites was the Houdini poster, which was Kingo and Sprite back when they were rolling together. And that was like a nod to like what they were in Civilization, you know, how they looked at them. And also, I was one of the few that was a big fan of the second credit scene with your boy that's playing Blade in the upcoming Marvel movie.
Please explain it a little bit better.
So basically,
did you look at the backstory on why he was voiced?
I did not look up the exact backstory on why he was voiced because the Black Knight and Blade is kind of a duo that I didn't really. I tried to look up stuff on it, but it didn't really pop up with anything that was like in the forefront. But seeing that Black Knight is about to get started, I thought that they should have introduced him a little bit sooner. But I like the fact that they did it in the second credit scene because it made you look forward to what he might be up to next. Yeah. And I like that, you know, we got Blade, you know, talking in the background, telling him, "Are you sure you want to do this, Mr. Whitman?" Yeah. You know, I thought that was a pretty cool get up. I know that being Black Knight, you end up being immortal. So I know that
for those who don't know, Black Knight, in the comics, he was an Avenger.
Yes.
There's other Black Knights before him, and basically the power that you have as a Black Knight consumes you. Mm-hmm. Basically,
the more you kill, the more evil
ish. You get. But it's the reason why Blade, the voice of Blade, was there, and in that scene, like the Black Knight has a lot to do with Blade's like past and stuff. So obviously they'll explain that more and more in the hopefully in the upcoming movies. But just for those who don't know the Black Knight, not really 100% sure what his powers are.
It's kind of like that of it's the opposite of Thor.
Yeah, his sword can cut through
anything,
almost anything or anything. Yeah.
It's a Thor. It's a Thor method. So it's like it's literally the opposite of Thor's hammer.
Okay.
So that's what it is. So it's like the complete opposite.
But evil-ish.
So Thor, Thor can't hold that sword because he's too honorable.
Or too worthy.
Yeah, he's too worthy of his hammer. And the sword, you have to be more on the evil side of things. He'd be more on the dark side. So I could see how they could bring Blade into this, but it'll be interesting if they decide to go that route.
So just from looking pretty quickly, so in Marvel Comics, there's a group called the MI-13. So that's a military intelligence section. So it's based in the United Kingdom. So that's where
that makes sense.
The Blade and the Black Knight are connected from.
Okay,
nice.
But not too much in detail. But that's.
But this is like the beginning,
right?
And I actually before even because I didn't look up anything on this movie, when he was talking to Cersei, I thought there was going to be rumblings of dang, I just forgot his name. Why can't I remember? Psylocke's brother? Great Britain? It's not Captain Britain, is it?
I don't think so.
Why can't I remember his name? I just thought of it.
You know what would make sense too?
Yeah, Captain Britain.
Oh, okay.
You know what makes sense too is that he is a, if I get his profession right, the guy that's playing Black Knight, he's an archaeologist. Not the guy that's playing it, but his character is an archaeologist. Is that what I'm getting?
Oh, I don't know about that.
He studies like history, right? And he might know something about vampires. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what he studies. Because remember, he was looking up all of Cersei's stuff. And he was like, oh, that was you when this happened and that happened. And he was, going through all this, fancy stuff. He might have came across some vampire stuff, which will kind of interlude to Blade. Him being intellectual on that level to kind of be like, oh, yeah, I know about this.
Yeah.
So that kind of works too. But yeah, I was really, I like how they didn't show him, but his voice in the background, I thought that was a pretty cool way of doing that shot. A little bit of Robb's back. Boop. That was a pretty cool shot. But besides that, yeah, I think I give the movie 7 out of 10. Really 7 out of 10. Only because I just wanted the ending to just be a lot better. I just felt like the ending was just kind of too much was just getting rushed. And that whole, like, she turned it into ice.
It wasn't ice.
Who?
It wasn't ice.
It wasn't ice?
No.
What is that?
She changed the deviant. Are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Celestial. When she did
She turned it into stone.
It looked like ice.
It looked like ice.
Oh, it looked like stone to me because it was gray.
Oh. See that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like,
her power,
ice,
her main
stone?
power is she can materialize water to solid or solid to water.
No, she could do it. She could
She
change
could do a lot.
anything. Anything into anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't know that.
No, she did.
She didn't.
Because with the bus. The bus she changed to like pedals.
Yeah, but she didn't know she can change a deviant into different human matter.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't, I don't know. I wasn't really like a big fan of it. I was just all like, that's a cool visual, but it's kind of, and it is what it is type deal.
How else do you stop a celestial from emerging from the earth?
Blowing it up.
You're going to blow up the earth.
Right.
I mean, but they set themselves up with that in the movie. They was like, all right, the Celestial's going to blow it up. All right, how are we going to end it? She turns the Celestial into stone. Oh, okay.
Well, Mr. Director, how would you have done it?
Oof. Man, I'm glad I'm not being asked that question.
I wouldn't have set myself up for that.
Bro, just plead the fifth.
No, no, for real.
They didn't set themselves up.
No, I would say as a director, like if I was doing the first Eternals movie, I would focus on them getting rid of the deviants first before they start going to getting rid of the celestial attack.
But why?
Like hold that celestial attack off.
Why?
Because I feel like they bunched it all up at the end to where it was just like you're just like, oh, now I gotta deal with celestial, this super deviant, all this stuff, and you're just trying to like put all these random pieces together. But you can just deal with one at a time and then be like, all right, cool. Make the super deviant and Icarus.
So if Guardians of the Galaxy is the last Guardians of the Galaxy that's coming out, how do you continue Marvel in space?
I don't plead the fifth on that one.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then you gotta understand like the climax part of a movie. Like even though without even getting detailed and all that madness that was going on with the deviant and the Icarus, and the Celestial, like it's a movie. Like it's supposed to be entertaining. Like,
well, yeah.
Like you don't want to make it boring.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're doing one thing
radical
at a time. Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, it's being radical. It doesn't happen often, so just
okay. The point is, making movies is hard. But okay, what did you say? You gave it a 7?
7 out of 10.
give it a 7 out of 10.
All right, let me say my piece. It's not much.
I guess I'm the wrap up tonight.
Yeah, because you got a lot to say.
I don't actually, but go ahead.
Okay, all right. First initial thoughts. Oh man, I'm sorry, you guys in the world, but I didn't like it as much as I probably should have.
Facts.
Wasn't a bad movie. There's just a lot of variables that I still need to go through and research and just educate myself in ignorance. But the one thing I'll start off with is the ethnic diversity.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Phenomenal.
The stories, the background stories for each of them for sure were definitely developed. It was, I wouldn't say it was over the top. It was enough.
Oh yeah.
You know, to let you know who is who. But they did great with that. Dialogue was pretty average. Like it wasn't like there was no monologues that were just like oof, just had me going. Like this is great.
Yeah, a lot of it was short and sweet.
It moved the story along. Like it did. The dialogue did its job by moving the story along. The one thing that I wish they broke down was how the deviants came back. Like they didn't.
I have a theory on that.
Okay, yeah, they didn't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that scene threw me off at first because I was thinking about WandaVision, and when he took Ajax to the like that snow in the mountains, I thought he was taking her to see the Wanda cabin at first, but then I was like, oh no, it's just a deviant. And I was like, oh man.
No, yeah.
Like at first I was like getting thrown off. I was like, whoa.
No, they wouldn't do that.
I was like, whoa, hold on real quick.
They were just trying to throw in climate change.
Yeah.
And kill AJ. But no, yeah, that was one thing I wanted to understand more, especially with the super deviant. Like
I thought it was planted as a backup plan.
Oh, that's a good theory. But either way, I wish they would have been like, this is.
Oh yeah, he was just chilling in the cave.
Yeah, but my theory was just clearly Icarus had something to do with it, whether he brought him there. But was interesting at one part in the movie was how that deviant tried to take his powers, and really throws you off. Like, oh, okay, they're clearly not working together because the deviant's trying to take his powers. And then that was also interesting too when I don't know if it's an immortal thing, but when he did try to, I instantly thought when the deviant was trying to take Icarus's powers that he was going to lose some of his powers, like in that moment. But he seemed fine, like throughout. So they didn't like capitalize on that, like, oh, he's losing power. Like no, he almost did, but
I kind of think that Icarus would have been fine with it.
Fine with what?
If he would have took his powers.
Oh,
because he still wouldn't have been it. Like the deviant was gonna die either way.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Yeah, I didn't really get the Angelina Jolie part of it though. Like when she was able to kill him,
because she knew like who Gilgamesh was.
No, yeah, okay,
yeah.
Like she's had to overcome mad worry so many times that she knows.
Oh, okay, that works.
One of the questions I had, and I'll just say it and then the answer that I found, but just her losing control. Like for a while, I'm like, oh, what is wrong with her? Like, why can't she figure this out? But then come to find out, again, her fractured, mind it's her mind is like trying to remember the other worlds and universes or whatever that she's been to, and like just all that history. I didn't like that reality show approach with the camera and stuff. I feel like it took away like some of the, I don't want to say quality, but like the serious, celestial undertone to the movie. Like these are gods, and just kind of like oh, these are just, they come off as regular people, which I mean they are humans.
I had a theory about that too, that maybe he's using that film, like when he was creating the stuff,
Right.
to when they introduce the other heroes to the Eternals, like eventually when they all work together for some big, huge villain, they might know about the Eternals from like those videos. It could be. It's just a theory. Like I'm just like maybe he might throw that out on YouTube or something, or he's all like, "Have you heard of us?" And they're like, "Yeah, we heard of you."
I think they would use it for.
I think Nick Fury knows about them.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I don't think they need to still need reality TV.
No, I think it'd be
Shield knows
more.
all.
I think it'd be more for helping them regain their memories. Like, because in the comics, there's parts where they talk about like they. I mean, this might be heavy spoiler, and I don't even fully understand it. But in the comics, they talk about how they slowly but surely regain their memory, and so having that video might just show how they were, goofing off with each other, and like how he was asking him like, "Tell us about yourself," on camera and stuff, and so it might be introduced again.
It would have been nice to have them show that feed during the credits scenes. They show like some of the
like bloopers, from
some of the bloopers that they had.
Yeah,
that'd be like too comedic though.
And it's like keep it to a minimum. No, but they talked about how the snap delayed the birth of what is the Celestial's name? I know it starts with a T, like
Tiamat,
Titum or Titum or something like that.
That was Tiamat.
Something, yeah. But what's funny is that Thanos unknowingly saved the Earth from the snap. Like he basically probably had no idea. But maybe he did.
He did have an
idea.
Right.
I doubt it.
But
it's hard to say.
But him and Star Fox are brothers, and I feel like Star Fox, with the information to know where the other Eternals are at, he might like have an idea.
I mean, technically, they're descendants of the Celestials.
Yeah.
Right. So, do you remember that hierarchy from the video I sent you like a long time ago? Because I know it's you. What's his name? Thanos is a deviant. He's not a deviant.
No.
What is he?
He's a Titan.
He's
Titan.
a Titan.
That's right. Titan. Deviants are like the creature looking stuff, but and then you got the humans. So you got humans, Titans, deviants, and then
Eternals.
above that is Eternals, then Celestials, and then there's something.
So I thought his brother is a Eternal as well.
Who?
Star Fox. Eros.
I don't think he's an Eternal. No. Although all of those Eternals in the movie, they're supposedly they're just that it's just them.
Okay. But because it would. So part of that would make sense if he did know. You know what I mean? Because he kept preaching to them that in order to save the Earth, I have to do this.
He always was talking about the inevitable.
Yeah, you can't escape the inevitable.
Right.
This is the inevitable.
Is that what it says, Tay? Isn't
looking.
it 3? It's Eternals,
So it should be Eternals,
humans, and deviants.
Celestials,
Or,
Eternals,
yes.
deviants, and humans.
Right.
And the humans spur off. The mutants spur off from the humans.
Yeah. Oh, and so I think based off of what they were talking about, since obviously humans are descendants, the Celestials, created everything, but there's celestial blood in the humans, and so when things like with Spider-Man getting bit by a spider, like that. I don't know if this is a theory or if this is fact, but they basically were saying when he was bitten by that spider, it activated the celestial, gene in him, which gave him that power, which I thought was an interesting idea, but I don't know how true that is. But
nice.
Anyways, compared to the movies I've seen, my palate has changed. It's pretty fancy,
What do you throw
pretty
Eternals
bougie.
in there?
Oh man, no, compared, this will be a real quick comparison, but compared to Dune, right? Like, obviously we talked about it. Obviously these are movies that just came out towards the end of the year, but like, even though Dune did not do great at, backstories and explaining dialogue, I still like Dune better than Eternals. With The Harder They Fall, I like The Harder They Fall better than Dune. For a lot of reasons that we already kind of, mentioned in the past episodes, but you can put them together.
And Dune also said that it was book one.
Right.
Or part one.
Right.
I would say it was part one.
Right. It just, and I think I say that confidently now based off of all the research I've done now after seeing Dune.
Right.
So now that I understand it, even though I wish it was more in the movie, now it's like, oh, this is actually really
like it's going to take off now.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Still reading, by the way, old man.
Watch out, old man.
Watch out.
No, but yeah. Other than that, I think I would rate this movie a very hard 7.
Nice.
Yeah, very hard 7. It's worth watching. I do wish I saw it Dolby. Sinopolis, you got some weak speakers. Please upgrade.
We ain't getting free tickets. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, hey, no problem. I got you. But
I saw it in IMAX.
Yeah, see.
Still didn't help. Just say it didn't make it like, oh, I saw it in IMAX.
Maybe the sound would have helped a little bit more.
Sound quality's better in the picture.
Yeah, I could see that.
Wider screen.
Could
I will
some cash.
Forgot to mention my favorite fight scene was when they were in the village.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked that one. Sad, but it was good.
I like when they were fighting on the beach.
At the end?
I like when they were fighting Icarus before the Super Deviant got involved.
Oh.
Like when it was just them fighting Icarus.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, I got one more. Sorry, I might take this from you, Tag, but I gotta say it. But let me make sure I don't butcher this name. So actually I got 2 more things. Lauren Ridolph. Makari. She was the first deaf superhero in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like her better than the Flash.
Hold on.
Nope. Let me finish.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I got a lot of reasons, but I don't want to go into.
Which Flash are you talking about?
To keep it simple, the one.
The newest one?
Yes.
Ezra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's the only Flash that's been.
Right.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay.
I'm just like I said, to keep
I ain't
it simple.
watching CW. Nope.
That Flash is slow. No, but I really liked the scene where she really shined. Well, she shined a lot.
She was dope the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
No, I really liked the last fight scene on the beach, but you really got a grasp of her speed when she was finding the entry point, the emergence point for the Titan. When she was going through the world, just the animation of that was spot on.
That was nice.
Yeah,
It seemed like she knew how to use her fighting abilities better than Flash.
Yes,
I'll say that.
yes.
Right. Even when she was fighting Icarus, she gave him.
Yeah,
some
that's what I was
hands.
talking about.
Yeah.
She would have got killed though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Waiting for that invincible moment.
Probably would have got her face melted.
Right. For real. But no, last and final thing. I don't know much about Chloe, the director, besides her movie Nomadland that won a lot of awards. But based off some of her other past movies, this is a very different turn in movies, like as far as what she's done in the past.
You know what I heard also? I mean, interrupt, but I heard that her movies are always like the build up and everything is like this. Like she does this really slow build up and all this stuff.
And it might work well for her like past movies, but this is Marvel, you know. I mean, and for her first Marvel movie, it's not bad.
Ain't bad.
Yeah. But I don't know, based off the list that I saw, I don't see any movies that are action that she's done in the past. And maybe
It
she
really
has
have a lot of action either.
But do you see something or what?
I don't know. It wasn't really marketed like an action movie to me.
Yeah.
I mean, right.
I get what you mean.
There's action in it.
Yeah.
Like,
I got more of a romance.
I didn't get that.
I mean, there was a lot in there, but as far as like,
No, I mean marketed like
right.
a romance movie.
Yeah. As far as Marvel, whenever you think of Marvel, you think of action adventure. But yeah, I don't think or don't know if she's done any other.
I don't know if it'll get to the younger audience as well. You know,
Like they said in the news, like it's different, unlike any other Marvel movie you've ever seen. So yeah, you're right, absolutely right. And you know, I don't like always agreeing with Rotten Tomatoes, but they at least give you an idea.
yeah.
So when I saw those ratings, I was like, nah, this can't be.
Yeah, these are
like,
like,
ooh, okay.
okay.
I see why you guys did this. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What about you, Tay?
Hit us, Tay.
Hot
fire.
It was a decent movie. I thought it was dope. This was like the first superhero movie I've seen that was centered around a woman of Asian descent as the main character. So kudos to Marvel for that.
Yes.
I didn't expect that from the trailer. So that was good to see on that. I thought Gemma Chan did pretty good. That's like the biggest role I've seen her in.
Nice. Yeah.
Come
on the
Robb
show.
Stark was in there, thinking he was Superman. I thought they were going to try to make him Cyclops at first, and I saw him. I said, "You don't deserve."
You don't deserve.
No, he doesn't deserve. He was shady as hell. I knew from when he popped back up in London, and she was like, "I haven't seen you for 2,000 years." Because from jump, I kind of thought that like she broke up with him, so he just left. Nah, homeboy just once they split, like he ain't never come back. And
he explored the world.
Nah, he was looking for answers.
Did they really explain why he was going?
Oh, because Ajax told him.
Yeah, but he killed. It seemed like he killed her before or like recently. Sorry.
Yeah, he did.
So,
He said he couldn't be with her, seeing how much she loved Earth, to know that it was going to be destroyed.
Right. But like again, thousands of years. Like I don't know if I don't know if I missed it.
She's been trusting me with this secret for so long.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Okay.
So I think she told him like once they were all like splitting up.
Oh, actually, I know what happened. Go ahead. Yeah.
And I don't know. He said he couldn't live with not telling her. All right, Robb.
Right. So he went to Ajax. And
I think he was like chilling alone for a while.
Yeah, and then when she told him 7 days, that's when.
Because they were all going to reconvene anyways. Because she just said, "Go live your lives," because I know we're gonna have to come back together anyways.
Right. There it is. Yep.
Basically, enjoy while you last.
So
right.
So when the three of them go to Ajax's house, I knew he killed her. Because they walked in and they were shocked, and he was just like, "Oh damn, Ajax is dead." And like, I don't know, just the scenery didn't look like it was a deviant that killed her.
Yeah, it was at night. Yeah,
and it wasn't even like a big battle. It's like a barrel was on fire. Oh word.
Yeah, because if you remember from the beginning of the movie, the way the deviants were fighting, like none of them were like stabbing people or stabbing them. They were just like trying to bite them, and like she didn't really look like damaged. Nothing was missing. She just looked like she was just dead on the ground.
And they would have tore that house up.
Yeah. So
yeah, good catch. Yeah.
And so I just knew he was shady, the whole time. And then Kingo, that dude's fucked up. Let's get to it. That dude's wild.
Yeah.
Like, you have mans walking around with you recording your reality TV life, and when you find out that you're gonna die, you're just like, yeah, I'm rolling with my dude Icarus. Like, you gonna die. You'll be all right though.
Yeah.
Go home to your family.
I mean, that was the realest.
Yo,
Like,
my
walk
man
out.
said we out.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
all like, word.
He
All
was
right.
just like, fuck the earth. That's essentially what he said.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, I got money.
we not hanging out after that. My dude, what?
I mean, you ain't got much time
And
to
how
hang
he
out.
shows up at the last scene like, so how'd it go? Did y'all kill him? Or,
Yeah.
oh, y'all made it. Yo, seriously, it was good. Hey, I'm going to get Sprite in that school that she was talking about. Sprite, you want that school? I got you. It's all on me.
Nah, I couldn't. I couldn't deal with that. But yeah, so he was fucked up, and he was just. He seemed like he was a fun guy, so he didn't seem like he was like a horrible person. But my dude was fucked up. Like, he was manipulative.
A narcissist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, didn't care for him. He could have died, and I would have been fine.
Like, I see.
Some of the wrong people died in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Makari. She was mad dope. I thought that Salma actually played Ajax pretty well.
Oh yeah.
I loved Ajax character. I think Ajax had enough, and she was just like, I'm going to die, so.
Deuces.
Millions of years. Like,
But that scene, so when Robb Stark, creates the Red Wedding and pushes Ajax off the cliff, so that deviant, I felt like that deviant was a plant. So for all those years that you guys fought deviants, you never like ran into a deviant that was like evolved. And how would that deviant specifically be the one that evolved to be able to take your powers unless that was a plant? So I kind of felt like Arsum like planted that specific deviant because I don't know. He probably knew that they were gonna. He probably knew that they were gonna flip on him eventually.
Right.
And like that deviant, I felt like he had a stash of them because he's the one who creates the deviants and he sends them to those planets.
Why you
And
hanging
so-
out with these
It was
people?
specifically hunting Eternals.
Eternals.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was like a plant, and that Icarus punk ass knew about it.
Side note, I did like how they like with the deviant, the one that was sucking all their powers. I like
Martian
how
Manhunter.
yeah, yeah. In the end, but yeah, I like how they developed him, like from monster or beast to like human, like
Because he took on more human emotions and memories.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But yeah, so, and then who else? Phantos, Brian Henry, I thought he did pretty well in that movie.
Yup.
I liked him a lot. I liked the humanity that they really brought to that character of him being someone who loves technology, but realizing that humans are trash, and
Yeah.
the more we further technology, the more we destroy.
Sad scene. Yeah.
So it showed from when the Aztecs were essentially demolished as a culture from the Spaniards, and then continue on like every single time. And then the scene where his best scene, I think, was when he was in the middle of Japan when they dropped Hiroshima
Yes.
with him and Ajax.
Yeah.
That was a dope scene to know that you're just trying to create better life, and it always continued with death and him losing like his hope for humanity. And then, furthering down the line where he has his family, with his husband and his kid being the one to like restore hope to want to fight for humanity.
Right.
So I thought he had a really good storyline, and I thought he played it really well.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these, whatever characters didn't die, like they're gonna be in further Marvel movies. Like I don't think a lot of like people who are signing on for Marvel are only getting like one-shot deals anymore.
No. Like if you're on Marvel, if you're on the cast of Marvel, you made it. Like,
Yeah, I knew Droog was gonna live through that beam to the chest. I was all like, really, dude? You get beamed to the chest, dragged into the ground, and he just pops up. He's like, oh, I'm still alive. It's okay.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think for me, I didn't think he was dead because they're not like regular humans.
Yeah, true.
Like they fought like big ass monsters.
Yeah.
And I didn't like, even during that scene, like Icarus wasn't really out to kill them. He was just there to slow them down.
Yeah, and yeah.
I don't think he really wanted to kill them. I just think he was about like his goals, and y'all weren't finna stop that.
He knew, like I mean, probably even before they teamed up to try to stop, the emergence, but he knew, and that's why at that moment when they were on the ship, he was like, all right, I had enough. Like, because he was trying to delay it, of course, but he's like, this is what it is. I already knew it. Ajax told me this needs to happen. I'm loyal to, how do you say his name? Armish?
Mm-hmm.
Armish, yeah. And to give them, the way they were loyal to him and like just the mission, like at some parts when they kept bringing that up, I was like, okay, like that's tough. Like,
to play on society.
Right.
Yep.
And it really makes you like with that, or it makes you think and wonder, like with that whole entire conflict, like, okay, the only way for a celestial to be born is for what they said it real fast, but was it like 1,000,000 years or like there's humans?
It had to be a certain amount of civilization,
amount of people on Earth for them to absorb
they
their
needed
energy.
to be populated enough.
But they said something about every hour a certain amount of time, and then plus that. I can't remember. Yeah,
but I know they were on there for 7,000 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought it was like basically you're just making like a food bank.
Yeah, pretty much.
Energy bank.
Yeah, so they give life to the celestial, but it's just like, all right, blow up Earth, billions of people, make a whole nother universe where more life will flourish. It's like, man, that puts you in a tight spot as far as
Saving
decisions.
these people, bro.
Nah, I was just like, if y'all gonna keep doing it, go do it somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all they were saying. Like,
Right.
go keep doing what you're doing.
But it's like, okay, another world with a bunch of humans is going to just blow up.
No,
at
I
some
want
point.
this one.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it wasn't like there's not like other places to go, because we've seen Gardens of the Galaxy.
Right.
You got plenty of other places to go.
But you need that life. That was the perfect little mix as far as like the conflict, like where you have to really be choosing, because it's not Earth, they stopped it, but what other other planet or universe?
He came back for his M's. He was all like, oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, you just gonna walk around with your boyfriend, act like you didn't just stop a whole celestial attack?
Being born, yeah.
He's all like, hold on. Yeah, get over here.
Yeah.
Don't just think it's sweet now. Like, nah.
I do like how they, how every time they brought the celestial out, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Arsham.
They show like how big he is.
Yeah, that was
He's
cool.
huge.
Yeah, that was tight.
He's like in the clouds going like, and he's just all like, yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Okay.
Just imagine you go to a grocery store, you just see this big, huge, just red head just go like, just looking down. You're like, whoa.
I think the overall design of that character was like on point. Just the Celestials in general. Yeah.
Droog was my favorite character of the movie.
Oh.
Why is that surprising?
It's like, oh.
Because I felt like he was the realest character in the movie.
Yeah.
Because he questioned like a lot of like what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were going from civilization to civilization, like watching them just kill each other, when he can be the one to stop conflict, which is what I think he did at the end of the movie anyways.
Right.
And he made a lot of valid points that none of them really had answers for. And he essentially said, I'm not finna follow this big red guy.
Yeah, he's all like,
in space.
You gotta kill me.
Yeah.
And I mean,
that's what he said. Yep.
It truly, I think he was obviously power hungry once you got to him in the Amazons.
Right.
But I mean, exactly happened like what he said, when they just sit here and wait for people to populate rather than make this place better than what it is.
Right. And in that moment, or at that time, he didn't know why they were there besides stopping demons.
But asking the right questions though, too.
Right,
Though,
yeah.
like he was literally there, like, "Yo, we puppets."
Right.
They're like, "Nah, bro, you tripping."
But they wasn't gonna kill him though.
Right.
Cause of family.
Ajax wasn't gonna let them kill him.
Yeah, right.
She had her line. But so at the end of the movie, at least from what I saw, Icarus' eyes turn gold, which is a sign for Drew controlling somebody. So I don't think he necessarily when he's in front of Cersei at the end.
Or that final act when,
Yeah.
like,
So I don't think he mind controlled him to stop, but I think for more so than him looking to his emotions. So I tried to look it up to see if I was right or not, but I felt like there was a reason for him to like stop and like tap into his emotions.
yeah, because he was super robot moving. Like he was all like, "Look,
Yeah.
like if it gotta go down, it gotta go down." You about to take this laser to the face?
He wasn't never gonna laser her in the face.
No.
But yeah, but I thought he was the most fleshed out character for me in that movie, and I thought he had the best points. I also like Gilgamesh a lot too.
Yeah, he was my favorite.
He was pretty dope.
Seeing that pie fall on the ground.
He was hot. But get into Angelina Jolie and Athena. I think Marvel wasted Angelina Jolie in that role.
They used her for fame, for promotion.
Status.
I don't know about that. Let me backpedal. So I think this cast that they had as a whole, comparing it to Dune, I thought the acting ability was better in this cast. Dune was a better movie, but I thought this had better actors overall in their roles.
I need to think about that. But go on.
Saying that's why I think they wasted Angelina Jolie.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying a bit earlier that even though it's in the Sony universe, I don't know who else she will play in the Marvel universe, but I thought she'd be dope as like Madam Web inside the Sony universe if they ever go down that alley. But yeah, it was a mid-pack movie. It bothered me that Robb Stark was calling the main character Cersei the whole movie, and I thought it was funny that he was trying to kill her, like he was trying to get revenge.
Right.
For all those things that she's done to him. This felt like, I don't think we're getting a trilogy out of the Eternals, but it felt like kind of a setup movie, more so for Marvel to explore more in space.
Right.
Unless there's an Eternals 2, it just says these characters will continue on. It doesn't say like there's an Eternals 2, but I
think they're just gonna pop up in other movies from time to time.
I see.
That would make sense.
I think it's funny that these Game of Thrones characters are playing the exact people that they play in real movies.
You gonna play
Game of Thrones now?
You gonna play another dude with a sword?
Yeah.
And you the chosen one. Oh
Man. You know what though? Like
typecast.
Like in the background, like Hollywood, like sometimes like that's just what they're cast for in all types of movies. Like because of the I'm just saying in detail because some people don't know what that means.
Oh.
But yes, you got the ugly bad guy. He's gonna be play the ugly bad guy in every single bad guy-ish movie. So yeah, unfortunately, fortunately.
Is there a sword involved? Yeah. All right, another guy. I know you get for that.
That's why I wanted him to be Great Britain or Captain Britain. I was like, let's
stop putting a sword in this man's hand.
I don't know. He just didn't seem like he was having a great time after Game of Thrones ended. So I didn't want him to fall into the same role. Because I like Kit Harington. I don't like Jon Snow. Fuck him. But
that was aggressive.
I like. Not gonna get into Game of Thrones because I'll go on a rant. Yeah.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Stop trying to, my G.
Sorry.
So they were saying that Icarus was supposed to be a take on Superman's role from Man of Steel.
I didn't like it. Why do they keep mentioning?
Because that's
Superman?
where she said she got. So from the trailer, I said this is Cyclops, and I said why waste why race, Richard Madden when I think he could be a great Cyclops in this movie? Then I find out he does everything that Superman does without a cape.
Yeah, and then he said it. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have a cape.
But that's like,
but he was a weak Superman.
well, that and just the fact that it's like DC.
I don't even like Superman.
Yeah, it's like a
why
DC
are you talking about
thing.
DC
Like,
things in a Marvel
Is there
movie?
Superman comic books out?
Like, is Superman in this universe? Like,
Like,
what's
is
going
it-
on?
Like they came out with Superman comics?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Marvel gonna do what they want to do, but
Still,
I felt like Icarus took the easy way out, and I didn't like it.
yeah, that just means that
There's
Superman exists
Yeah,
in their
like
universe. That's just weird.
Somebody made a Superman comic book.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's been DC and Marvel crossover comics, so I mean,
That's my only, or that's the only thing I could think of. But I gotta look that up because I was confused. I'm like, shut up! Stop talking
What
about
world
Superman.
is this?
Yeah. What movie am I watching?
Yo, stop confusing me.
I thought they didn't like each other.
Oh, y'all friends now?
Okay.
but yes. My ultimate gripe with this was, so we find out before the movie comes out that they're switching, like what the Eternals like in the comics did was same thing essentially, but so they're created from the Celestials. They created the Eternals, and they're supposed to come to Earth to help further progress and help humanity, the humans, essentially get their mutant gene or whatever. Right. So I'm tired of Marvel doing this shit, and that's why I have the X-Men here today, because this cast you have right now, they might be one King variant. They're not going to be more than one.
Right.
They're going to get their asses whooped.
Squad is weak, son.
It is, and
Sorry, Brian.
Brian who?
Henry.
Oh,
Kang is gonna.
thought you were talking about the other one we don't speak of.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I think he might stand his ground, like technology wise. You know what I'm saying?
Against Kang.
Against who?
No, not against Kang.
That's what I'm
No,
talking
I just
about.
mean like you might be fascinated.
I'm not even gonna dive into that. But yeah, they're not gonna stand against Kang, and it wasn't a bad Marvel movie because I was someone who I loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 when it came out because it was something I haven't seen from Marvel before. So like it didn't bother me that this was like different than all the other Marvel movies. I think they have to do that so they're able to be versatile, so they can learn from this. And so they're able to see if they're able to do things outside of you're good. Things outside of like Guardians of the Galaxy when they go to space. Because I don't know if Volume 3 is the last movie that James Gunn is going to be a part of for Marvel. If he is,
It's gonna be epic.
no. They need to figure out how to re-sign him.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes. But if it is, this next one,
And I hope it's better than Volume 2 because
I didn't mind it.
I like Volume 2.
I knew from the soundtrack that it wasn't going to be what Volume 1 was.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was cool. It wasn't what Volume 1 was for me.
Right.
Okay.
It just got so much backlash. I'm like, man, this ain't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but I
Hey.
felt like Star-Lord's character could have been a little bit better in that movie. He was a bit too whiny for me.
Well, he's meeting his dad. Of course, it's gonna be emotional and whiny. Yeah.
I mean, we saw how whiny he got when he was in Infinity War Part 1.
I guess.
Got Gamora killed.
Where's Gamora?
Anywho, we're not going to dive deep into that.
No.
But yeah, so I rate the movie, I don't know, somewhere between a 6 and a 7, but
Ooh, a range.
Range.
yeah, wherever that falls.
6.795.
She's like playing darts with the 6 and 7. Like,
I mean, I had it rated higher, but I usually like to contemplate and think about movies.
Right.
I thought it did some things better than Dune to me.
Same.
But
Yeah.
overall, Dune was a better movie. I hope Dune 2 is better.
Oh, I know it's gonna be. It has to be.
It has to be.
Rob, like,
It has to be.
this ain't it. Y'all gonna hear it from me.
But yeah, so I think up next we have. Sorry, I'm pulling it up. Up next we have something special. For everyone.
Yes.
We're super excited about it. We're gonna be interviewing Paradise Hill's finest, DJ Dashe. Hope you all are able to enjoy that and tune into that. And then after that we have Red Notice that's dropping on is it this week? No.
I think it was
next week. No, this week Friday. Red Notice is dropping. So those are kind of our next two things that are coming out. I won't forget any other movie that's coming out like I did Harder They Fall.
Yes.
But
I mean, that snuck up on me too.
Yeah, it definitely snuck up on me.
But it was a good one.
I watched it right away though. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Represent.
First date.
Trying to get into Wakanda, homie.
Yeah.
You hope.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah, stay tuned. There's something special coming with that for you guys as well.
Al may finally get a social media account.
Right.
Shaquisha.
Stop. Don't breathe into the mic like that. But all right. Close us out, Rob.
All right, yo. Thank you for watching another episode of the Opinion League. If you like what we're talking about, don't forget to like, subscribe, and listen to. And you can also listen to our podcast on all streaming services for podcasts in general. Until next time,
We out.
Peace.